Hello folks, this is Aitanajha from inspiredtorise.com and today we are going to review the Coolpad Note 3 smartphone and we are going to see how does it perform and how does it look. The Coolpad Note 3 is one of those smartphones which have come up recently in this budget segment below the 10,000 rupees segment and have really revolutionized the way we see at these smartphones. It is one of the first smartphones below 10,000 rupees to house a fingerprint sensor, surprisingly, which works really accurate. So let's just unbox this device and see what else is inside it. So unboxing it, we find that we get the smartphone housed in a pretty nice package. On a first glance, we find that the smartphone is really attractive. The back design also feels really nice. The people there at Coolpad have named it as a baby skin finish and it really feels soft like baby skin, and they have claimed that it does not get that bad over time. So we have to see whether it does get dirty over time or not. This is the fingerprint sensor which can register up to 5 fingerprints and up to 360-degree identification of your fingerprints, so it's that good. The 13 megapixel back camera on the device, as well as we have the 3.5mm jack over here, and you get the micro USB slot over here, and apart from that you have the front camera over here and the speaker grill on the back and capacitive touch buttons over here. So now let's just move forward and see what else is provided inside the box. So inside the box, apart from that, we get the in-ear style earphones, earbud style model. So really nice packaging and really nice style of earphones provided by Coolpad, guys. And apart from that, what else do you get? You get a USB cable and you get a USB adapter for charging the device. So let us just move forward and see how well the device performs. The Coolpad Note 3 smartphone comes with a 5.5-inch 1280x720p display, and as is visible, the overall colors and display clarity is really nice. The smartphone comes with the newest version of CoolUI, which is based upon Android 5.1 Lollipop, and it really feels nice enough, though there is some bloatware pre-installed on this smartphone, but still it performs really good because of the fact that it's one of those few smartphones in the sub 10,000 region which have a 3GB RAM. It comes with a 3GB of RAM and an Octa Core processor. So let us just look at it in more detail. It comes with the MediaTek MT6735 1.30 GHz Octa Core processor, and a lot of overheating etc. issues have been kept in mind and have been resolved while designing the smartphone. It comes with a 5.5-inch 720p display, 3GB of RAM. Out of the overall storage available in the device, around 9.5 GB is available to the user, because it being a 16 GB device, not all of the space is available for the users. And apart from that, the device also has expandable storage options, so you can expand the storage to around 64 GB using a microSD card, and it does not heat up that much as you might see on other devices. We are now going to test a 4K HD video on this device, and to shun any doubts whether this is actually a 4K HD video, we will show you the resolution. So this is a 3840x2160p video, 4K HD video shot using the iPhone 6s, and we will just play it. The device is able to play this 4K HD video, and while we haven't seen any lag still yet and the audio hasn't gone away, but still we found out in extensive testing that the audio does go away at some points, just like this. So we find that the audio does go away at some points, but still for a sub 10,000 rupees device, this device performs really great. And now let us just test music playback on this device, as we will play a few tracks on this. So this is the full volume right now, and the speaker is on the back, so we have a problem that when you keep it on a flat surface like this, the volume does get muffled a little bit, but still overall the phone feels pretty solid and the audio output is great. Overall, the performance is really nice as of now. Let us just test the AnTuTu benchmark on this device. So we tested it the last time and we found out the score was 31,761, and this is the overall score that we found out. The frames per second in the 3D benchmark test were between 20 to 21 and even fall down to 16 frames per second, but still 31,000 score for a smartphone like this is really appreciable job. On the NinaMark benchmark, we found out that we got a score of 58 frames per second, which is not as great as the highest score of around 60 to 61, but still it's a decent enough score. Apart from that, we also tested other benchmarks like the Quadrant Standard, wherein we got a score of around 17,795, which is still a decent score, not that great, but okay enough score for a smartphone like this. And apart from that, we also tested the 3D Mark benchmark, and the 3D Mark benchmark is one of the most exhaustive benchmarks out there, and we found out that the smartphone didn't perform as great as we wanted it to on the 3D Mark benchmark. It only clocked near 1 to 2 or 3 frames per second on this benchmark because of the fact that it's very heavy. The device scored around 610 on the single core score and 2670 on the multi-core score on the Geekbench 3 benchmark. The major selling point of this device is the fingerprint lock, and we have set it up to work with our finger, so it really works great. And the fingerprint lock can also be used to, for example, this is my finger which I have set up, so I can use it in almost all 360-degree angle and it would verify my fingerprint. So I have to just touch it up. The whole fingerprint over here is registered in the smartphone, so it works really nice. And I can lock the applications which I want to be run only when I have verified with my fingerprint. So I can lock all of my games so that my bros don't touch it. And so that's one of the good things about the smartphone. You can just lock any of the things that you don't want to be used by others, and those are set in the fingerprint lock. Here is the fingerprint management screen as shown over here, and you can just select it up, and you have to verify even this with a fingerprint. So I just verify it. The overall locking mechanism and the unlocking mechanism for the fingerprint is so fast on the smartphone that you would barely feel the difference between just touching and locking or unlocking the smartphone. Right now I have just set up one fingerprint, but you can set it up to 5 more different fingerprints. And for example, I just and you can just save it, and you can save a lot of fingerprints, up to 5 fingers you can save. When the device is locked, you can either use your fingerprint to instantly open it up, or you can just close it down and open it up like this using a pattern that you have set up. So it really works great. The camera on this device is a 13 megapixel back camera and a 5 megapixel front camera. We clicked quite a few shots on this, and we found out that in low light conditions the camera wasn't performing that well. There was considerable noise in the images, and this is also an image taken in the fluorescent light. It's okay enough, details are good. One of the good things about this camera is that the color reproduction is excellent. This is a macro shot of a flower that we took. The colors are really close to life. The overall effect in the photograph feels really great, and it was able to focus on different objects also quickly, so the focus time is also good. Color reproduction on this phone is excellent, and when we took the selfie with beautification features turned on, it smoothened out many of the pimples and wrinkles that I may have on my skin. And it also has gesture shot feature where you just show a V-shaped symbol to the smartphone camera and it will take a shot, and so it's really nice. And apart from that, the HDR mode also came out with pretty good details, but still there was noise in those areas which are really dark. So that's one of the cons for this smartphone's camera. And this is a panorama shot that we took. It also came out pretty clear, and a really in-depth panorama shot without using a tripod, with only our hands. We got a really nice panorama shot with really good details. In extreme low light conditions, we found out that there was considerable noise and it was not able to get really nice images. So that's one of the bad things about this device. Apart from that, the camera is really great. Gaming on this device is really great, even when playing really small games like this, or while playing heavy games like this. The overall gaming performance on this device is great. We can play almost any HD game on this device with real ease. After really long bouts of gaming, we found out that the device did heat up quite a bit, but still it was manageable. The device does support USB OTG storage via external USB OTG. The phone lasts around full day on a single charge, and it has a 3000 mAh plus battery. So who should buy this device? The Coolpad Note 3 is a smartphone for those people who want to buy their first smartphone, and with the added oomph of a nice fingerprint sensor, a really good performing 13 megapixel camera, a nice performing 5 megapixel camera, who aren't bogged down by the fact that the device does not have a full HD display but still a 720p HD display, and which feels really nice in hand, soft to touch, and is a little bit thick, but still overall the smartphone feels really great in hand. And this is a smartphone for those people who are going to look out to buy their first budget device within the 10,000 price range, and who are looking for a great performer at this price point which works really nice. So guys, this was all for our Coolpad Note 3 review. Don't forget to hit like on this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Aitana Jha from inspiredtorise.com signing off folks. Stay inspired to rise.